When the Indians came down from Canada, because we all came from Canada, we came down here, and we were called Sabines, and we were called lazy and slow because we stayed in Louisiana. We stayed there for a reason. When the rest of the Indians came into fucking North America and all that, you know what I'm saying, like, they gave them the Black Rock, they gave them reservations, you know what I'm saying. Louisiana was not supposed to be a reservation because, you know what I'm saying, New York City was going to pass down their garbage down the Mississippi, and all the northern states were going to pass their garbage on barges down into Louisiana and dump it. But our people stayed there, which we were called Sabines, lazy, slow. So we stayed there. When the Indians were given the black rocks out there in fucking North Dakota and all that area and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? As soon as like white Americans found out there was gold on there, they slaughtered them Indians and took that shit back. We were left in Louisiana. We stayed there and learned how to live off the water. We're the water Indians. We're not prairie Indians. We are not northern mountain Indians. We are water Indians. We stayed there and whatnot, learned to fish and whatnot, the water. Now, Louisiana is the biggest port in the United States for oil and gas. Gas runs the fucking world and runs the United States of of America and whatnot, and with the oil. So the reason we're not federally recognized is because Louisiana, South Louisiana, New Orleans are below the bathtub lining where the water canal you talk about is below that, that's where the ports come in. Chevron, BP, all them, Shell gas comes through New Orleans. The Houma Indians and all the tribes of Louisiana that were below that owned that land. So not just the Houma Indians, but other tribes. That's what became the Houma Nation, is because we were a small tribe who was found by a man named LaSalle who found us and whatnot. And he's the only one that found us, but there were other tribes. So when we went to we were also slaughtered. So by other tribes, I can get all that history. But I've been reading this shit for a while, Nick, but I'm figuring it out now. While we're not federally recognized since you talked to me the other night. So we were slaughtered. So we were also not warriors, we were fishermen. So what we did is we tried to get federally recognized, but they were like they said, you're not big enough to be a tribe, be federally recognized. You're not like these other huge tribes, but because we were slaughtered because of our land down there. So what happened was we grabbed other tribes that were around us and whatnot and then brought them in. We became the United Houma Nation. Now we went back and we said, listen, now that we're not 300, we are 3,000. They said, oh, no. Now you're not just Houma Indians, you're this tribe, and this tribe. So we did that. So we are federally not recognized is because that is the biggest fucking money economical area of the United States is the port of New Orleans. It is bigger than San Francisco. It is bigger than New York City. It's the biggest. Which anything below New Orleans is Houma Indian. Every tribe down there's land. So now what you've done, you took our bayous, which we fished off of and we made our living off of, and our ancestors, you have stretched them out, pushed barges, dumped oil in our land and whatnot, try to push us out for money, bro. So that's why we're not recognized. If they federally recognize us, we will be the richest tribe in the United States, if not the entire world, as far as Native Americans. The richest tribe. Because we settled there, we've lived there, but you have ruined our land. So now if you federally recognize us, you know how many lawsuits will be against fucking gas companies and all that, and oil companies? Because we will be like, you push your barges through my land and whatnot, and spilled oil and killed what I live off of. That's why they won't federally recognize the United Houma Nation as Indians. That's why. That's why. It's never going to happen. Yo, we will not be federally recognized because that is too many huge gas companies and oil companies in Louisiana. We won't be, because if we do, we could sue them. Son, bro, fuck $1,000 a month, dude. That's what you give the fucking prairie Indians and shit because you know their land. We own the biggest port in the United States is on Houma Indian, every tribe south of New Orleans land. That's where them barges come in and all them oil companies. That's why you work for gas companies down there and oil companies. No, bro, they owe us more than $1,000 a month. You're bringing in billions of dollars. We will never be recognized because of that. Ain't gonna happen, Nick, dude. They owe us way too much money because we own that land. That's why we're not. That's why we don't have a reservation. Have you thought about it? That's why we don't have a reservation, because of what that is down there. It's the biggest port of the United States is through New Orleans. That's why we don't have it as a res. There's no Houma reservation. No, bro, because that is too big. Think about it. They gave all them fucking reservations in the United States. That is all dead land they give them Indians that won't grow crops and all that. Think about our reservation, what it would be, the port of New Orleans and below. Think about this shit, son. I should be a politician for United Houma Nation. No, bro, I'm telling you. Absolutely, but they're not going to recognize us. That's what we've been trying since 1969, and they won't. They keep telling us, no, we don't have this, we don't have that, because that is our land. Nick, think about it, son. We would be the richest fucking tribe in the United States. What, you found some gold out there in North Dakota? Fuck gold. Oil and gas. And that port of bringing it in. Fuck $1,000, son. We will be getting millions. Like, because we're so fucking, yeah, but we're big, because we're so fucking poor. We're so poor of a tribe. That's what I'm saying. That's why I call. That's why. That's why I called you, because I'm like, listen, y'all down there are gonna settle for it because we're a poor fucking tribe, and we're gonna settle and say, okay, $1,000 a month when we deserve way more than that. You bring in billion-dollar industries through the port of Louisiana. A day, yes. A day, $1 billion a day. And you know what they're doing though? Nick, think about it. You know what they're doing? They're destroying our land, destroying our way of life, our shrimping and all that, to the point where we are going to settle for $1,000. We're going to be like, yeah, we'll take $1,000 a month. Like, I'm telling you, son, like, I really need to call United Houma Nation and be like, listen, I'm Jeffery Billiot from Shippers Row, and let me start speaking for you guys, because they are destroying our way of life, so then we will settle for $1,000 a month when you're bringing in $1 billion industries a day. Well, listen, what I'm going to do, bro, and I swear to God on my daddy's life, is I'm going to start getting into it. You're going to see my posts on Facebook, start following me, and I want you to start backing me up, because see what I'm going to start doing. Because I'm going to start calling Oprah Winfrey. I'm going to bring her out of retirement. I'm going to call Maury Povich. I'm going to call fucking Montel Williams. I'm going to be like, bring my people on TV. Fuck swamp people. Let's talk about our culture, and that is our reservation below that bathtub, and that is our land. And you push barges through it. You have opened up our fucking bayous that we fished and killed our shrimp, that my family has done for fucking centuries and generations, whatnot. And that this is our reservation. Fuck everybody else. You know what I'm saying? We weren't sap beans. We weren't the slow ones. We were the smart ones, and we will pay off in the end. We knew what to do. So let's get it popping, cousin.